Pinpoint Weather on NBC5 News is brought to you by the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe.
Hey, welcome back at NBC5. We're looking out on the Manor Cam, and as you can see, we've got the low clouds back in this morning. Some patchy fog, freezing fog out there, even a few flurries around the airport stretching to around Eagle Point. That's where we're been dealing with that fog and some freezing temperatures this morning. If you're getting out and about, it is 6 degrees colder than we were this hour yesterday morning, sitting at 27 degrees. Visibility next to nothing out there. Make sure you're taking your time on those roads and slow down. Don't go the speed limit with the very low visibility out there, and also leave extra space between you and the vehicles in front of you. We have the ridge of high pressure that's going to stay in place for much of this week, and what that means for us is quieter weather, but it is bringing sinking air over our area, and we don't see any major changes in the forecast until we're getting into next week. I know next week, of course, is Thanksgiving, a big travel week, and what we see is rain on the way for next week. This is Climate Prediction Center's outlook for next week. It did show some warmer than seasonal temperatures expected, but of course we start to see things changing as that ridge of high pressure builds further south as we get through this week, and we'll start to see some developing systems into next week. But for us this week, we are staying quite dry. No signs of rain out there. Of course, we've got the fog though, and we'll likely see this fog in our area as we get through the next couple of days. Dense fog advisory east of the Cascades this morning until 10 o'clock this morning. And we also are under a air stagnation advisory here in Jackson, stretching to Curry County, going all the way up into Douglas County. This goes from 7 p.m. tonight all the way until 10 a.m. on Friday. We have an inversion layer with that ridge of high pressure. What that means is on a normal day, our air is allowed to just kind of warm up, and as it does, it starts to rise and cools off, kind of getting some mixing happening with the air. That clears things out. But with the inversion layer in place, that is a layer of warm air aloft, and with that we see air warming up, but it doesn't have anywhere to go, so it stays locked into place over our area. That has a potential to bring in some lower air quality as we're getting through this week. Something to just watch out for with those air quality levels. If you're going to be out and about for today, we're seeing highs expected to be in the 40s and lower to mid 50s here in the valley. We do see some highs in the 30s in our eastern counties where they are dealing with the clouds and the dense fog out there this morning as well. And if that cloud cover lasts a little bit later, we might not make it to 54. We might stay a little bit cooler just depending on how long the low clouds will last. Now you do see the continuous warming happening next couple of days, about 59 for Wednesday, and then after that we'll see an increase in cloud cover, but still staying dry heading into this weekend. Morning lows still expected to be in the 20s and 30s. The Klamath Basin morning temperatures will range from below zero to around those teens over the next couple of mornings with that clear sky. Of course, that patchy freezing fog in the morning hours, 40s for highs through this weekend. So not a big change in the forecast from day to day, just increasing clouds later this week, more sunshine. Next few days for the Northern California and the coastline, looking at mid and upper 50s for this week.